free to talk amongst yourselves. Aaron, you want to text everybody we're going live? Nicely done. It's asking me to choose part of the video, but I'm going to say next. Probably going to do the whole thing. Wow! I don't do that to your guys.
Yeah, I just bumped the whole table.
They're doing it as a short. Is that okay? Can it go? That should be Did it do that because it's out of power?
Put it over there.
Why isn't it charged up? I can't really send it out. Are you gonna do it?
I got it up here.
Okay, you do that.
Welcome to the Fox Valley Fantasy Football Show! It is apparently just you and me, Dan.
Just you and me.
Just
You
and
guys
me.
said it wrong.
still
It's
doing
just
stuff.
the show.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no,
You
it's
called it
talked about
out
it.
in
It's
front of
the-
the
I did
whole
not.
church. You said we should
I
just
said
call
we
it the
could
show.
call it the
We didn't
show.
No, you said we
It's
have
already
to.
the show is already taken in the Fox Valley. We can't.
We can't.
John's
We can't.
like a dog with
This
a
whole
bone. He
show
just
is ripped
grabs
off from
onto something.
somebody else.
But yeah, so anyway, here
So
we
we can
are.
do
The whole
Continue
thing is
to rip
ripped.
Episode 13 of season number 6.
Woohoo!
Woo!
We're almost done.
Let's
I know.
get the quick question.
Quick question right away.
Alrighty,
Here
here
it
we
is.
go. John, to your dismay, we're going to do another top 5. Here we go.
It's just that how many top 5s can I come up with? I can't think that
It
many.
is infinite. It is infinite how many top 5s
It's
we
not
can come up with.
because there's been
It
other
is.
times already that I
Because
haven't been
we
coming up
could-
with 5.
We could do the top 5 numbers if we wanted to, but we won't. The top 5 Christian bands of all time.
I could give you my top number.
What is it?
Pi.
All right.
Okay, top 5 Christian bands of all time. Who wants to take it away?
I'll go first.
All
if you
right,
want to.
John, let's do it.
Are we gonna do all 5 or are we doing
Yeah,
a
all
draft?
5. All
Okay.
5.
Through? Okay. Ooh.
I may not be ready. Okay. Now, for what I like.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you like, yes.
So they can be worship bands, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
They gotta be
Yeah.
like the pop band.
I mean, yeah, I prefer regular, but you can do worship bands.
Well, one of my favorites was MXPX.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
They were good. Not so
yeah,
good
think
anymore.
Green
Never heard
Day.
of them.
That's the style.
They're
Okay.
a
It was
pop
a Christian
punk band.
Green Day.
Not
yeah.
Green Day. Blink-182. They're more poppy.
Yeah.
MXPX was one.
Okay.
Growing up, we'll do some honorable mentions later, but I love United, obviously.
Yeah.
Right now, Belonging Company,
Yeah.
Red Rock
Wow.
is good. I'm blanking on my fifth one.
Okay.
I got 4. So
We'll
you
go
said
4.
it's infinite. I don't
All right,
know.
just
I don't
pick
have 5.
like you went with the others. Just go Bethel or Elevation Worship, huh?
You like them better than I do.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I love them.
Jesus
I do love
culture.
Jesus
Elevation.
culture.
Early Jesus culture.
Yes, early Jesus culture. Okay, Daniel, what do you
All
got?
So these are not necessarily in order.
Correct,
1
they
to
don't
5,
have to
but
They
be in
have
order.
to be in order.
Top 5. First of all, Evan says Third Day, Passion, Maverick City, all good ones. Excellent.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Old Newsboys.
Yes.
Good one. Love
Yes.
the creativity. So
Yes.
so good. Skillet. Gotta go
Yes.
Skillet. Let's
Skillet's
see.
good.
Switchfoot.
Oh, I got my
Switchfoot
5th.
stuff.
Okay.
Family Force 5.
Yeah.
Ah, that was gonna be
John.
one of mine.
What?
Fair enough.
That was
You
gonna
let
be
me
one
go
of mine.
first.
Fine.
I'm sorry.
Only
you can't be
because-
one. We're not doing a draft.
I
Yeah, it's one of
know,
my
but
favorites.
I was going to
list.
be the one to bring that one up. But
I was
carry
gonna
on.
bring him up anyway.
Okay.
When you
all
said
right.
Mostly
Skillet,
because-
it reminded me of Family
Okay.
Force
Mostly
5.
because I saw them at Life Fest and he came over the crowd in an
Yes.
inflatable boat
Yes.
and went
Yes.
right over top of me. It was
Yeah.
so cool. I had the
Yeah.
coolest picture
Yeah.
on my old phone.
And he had the Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Glow Activator.
I love the old Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Okay.
Saddle
Okay.
up your
A little
horses.
of the bluegrass feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
was
wasn't
in
my
college.
style, but
I
I,
got
know what you
bluegrass
mean.
in my-
Sophomore
in my
year
blood.
of
I
college,
know what
my
you mean.
roommate had that
I
CD,
know
played
what
it
you
all
mean.
year.
Yeah.
I never want to hear it again, but
Yeah,
it's every song
it
talking
wasn't my
about.
style, but
Good-
I know
good
what you
acoustic
mean.
guitar
Yeah,
stuff.
I know what you mean.
That's true.
All right.
That's
for,
5.
That's 5. Okay.
For 1994, before you were born, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
family.
All right. So
Did you
mine,
do 5?
I think so.
I think that was 5.
Skillet and Curtis Chapman.
Skillet, Curtis Chapman, Switchfoot,
Switch.
Newsboys.
I didn't hear
and
Switchfoot.
Family Force 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So here are my
I
5.
sense a theme
Bethel also
forming.
for
Here are my 5. So 1,000-Foot Crutch
I
is
knew
the
that was
number 1
coming.
Christian band of all time.
In your
There
opi-
is no
In
comparison.
your opinion, it
There
is.
is no comparison.
There is
they
a
are
comparison.
the best, most skilled, best songwriting
What?
Christian rock band of all
Wow.
time. They
Wow.
are amazing.
I can't
Number
say
1.
I know a single song.
Oh, it's too
Well,
bad.
I've
Number
heard it.
1.
If I heard it,
They
I'd
are
be like, oh
number
yeah, yeah,
1.
okay.
Number 1. Number 2. I'm a huge fan of previous to today Skillet. The original few Skillets
The old
are really, really good.
Previous to today.
Not a big fan of the recent Skillet, but when Skillet was good, they were amazing. So Skillet is another band.
Yeah.
I have to put Family Force 5 on there. Those concerts are some of the best
great.
Christian concerts you can go to. Family Force 5 is
Yep.
unbelievable.
I got a comment when
Okay?
you're done.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is a tough one. I've been a huge Christian music fan for a really long time. There are all kinds of good ones, but
Spit it out.
I'm going to go with a band that neither of you guys have any idea who it is.
Wait, maybe I do.
Okay, they're called The Waiting. They're from the '90s. They are They
I'm
were
from the 90s like
one
you.
of the best Christian
too.
bands that you could
98.
see in concert. They were outstanding before it was even good. Popular to have a
But-
good Christian
Okay.
concert.
Speaking
They're
of
outstanding.
concerts,
Yes. Okay.
I went to Life Fest this year, me
Okay.
and Randall.
Uh-huh.
I saw a band there that I don't really like,
Okay.
but live blew me away.
Yeah.
And it is one Mr. Toby Mac.
Toby
Yeah,
Mac.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's
Live,
Kobe Jack.
He's good.
unstinking believable.
He's
I never
good.
saw him
He is
live.
good.
He blew everything up. He blew my brains
He's
apart.
good.
That was incredible.
Last one for me. Number 5.
Oh,
Mr.
I thought you did
I
5.
did 4.
Oh.
Mr. Rich Mullins. If you had never seen him in concert, he was outstanding. The songs that he wrote were unbelievable.
Honorable mentions from the 90s.
Okay.
It is Michael W. Smith, The Big Picture.
I was just gonna mention
Eh.
him.
He
Yeah.
was
The Big
okay.
Picture, Lamu,
He was okay.
Great
Far
musician.
Away.
It was not
Hey.
my, yeah, it was not my
That
favorite.
one album, I didn't like any other ones, but that one
Yeah.
album was actually good.
Yeah.
I saw the 77s. Do you know the
77s?
That's what I'm
Sticks
talking
and
about.
Stones. One of the best albums of all time.
You think I don't know what I'm talking about? I know
77s
what
are
I'm
good.
talking about. You're
How
from
about-
the 90s. Tell us your
How
favorite
about
90s.
Plank Eye?
Plank Eye?
Excellent
Well,
band
another
for
another
Christian
honorable
rock.
mention. One Bad Pig.
One Bad
The
Pig.
original Christian
Yes.
punk band.
Ever,
Yes.
You never heard of One Bad
One
Pig?
Bad
Put it in
Pig.
your
I have a-
Spotify tonight on the way home.
I have a Disciple album. that's really
Disciple.
Also,
They have
good
one good
stuff.
album. They're very good in concert.
Also-
good.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
also the most holy rock band of all time,
Okay.
Petra.
I was never a huge fan, but I
I'm not saying they're
yeah,
great. They're not
yeah,
in my top
yeah,
5, but
yeah.
they are the most holy.
Honorable mention. Yeah.
And second, The most weird
Uh-huh.
Striper.
Striper was weird, but they were, again, very good.
What's your guys' thoughts on Run Collective?
I like them.
I love
Alright.
them.
I like them, yeah.
Awesome concert.
It's not my style again, but
Me either.
I like them.
I am
I
rock.
think they're very good.
Yeah.
Wait a
But
second, I gotta see. I gotta have
Anyway.
a whole Spotify playlist. I
couple
should
new
have pulled
bands,
up.
if you guys haven't heard of them. Relic. Outstanding. They are a
Okay.
Christian band who is like
A new one I have too. Go ahead.
a Black Keys sort of rock blues sort of band, outstanding.
Really?
And then
Okay.
Isaac and I will have found another one, and I am blanking on what it's called. But
Don't
it's
use that kind of language
it's
on the
another,
show, Aaron.
It's another band that also has a
Upper
very similar
Room,
look.
honorable
Upper Room.
mention.
Upper
Yep.
Room is good.
Also,
DC Talk,
yeah.
Chris says, for King
Yeah.
and Country. Oh, yeah.
King and
Oh,
Country.
if you
Yeah.
want to go with DC Talk, do
Yeah.
you remember Soldiers for Christ?
Yeah.
They were the
Disciples of
Christian.
Christ or so-
No, Soldiers for Christ.
I don't remember
SFC. I
them.
had
I
a
don't
CD of
remember
there.
them, yeah.
They think of Public Enemy, but
Yeah.
Christian.
I don't remember them. If you want to go metal, the best Christian metal band of all time, Bride. And if you never
not
saw
a Bride.
them, they were
They
unbelievable. They were so good.
All right,
John,
we're at-
they were
Modern
We're at 10.5
I know,
minutes
we've
on this
spent
section.
10
We need to
minutes
move
on
on.
Modern
So,
Yam
anyway.
House. My wife loves the Yam House.
Let's get on to the Youth League.
Here we
Stud of
go!
the
The
week.
stud of the week for not just the youth league, for both
yeah,
leagues.
for both.
But anyway, the stud is Mr. DK Metcalf, 38.4 points. We could even give
the
him
first time in 16 years.
I know we
Yeah.
could give him a welcome back a
We
little
could.
bit.
He
here,
doesn't deserve
but
it,
we're not
though.
going to
No.
because that's not what this award is. But
Yep.
he gets the stud, 38.4 points, 6 catches, 134 yards with 3 touchdowns. And
In
I
a
don't-
loss, I might add.
I think I
Yeah.
left the extra on there, but I don't think that was him.
And
so,
he did that
great
against
week.
and he did that against my defense, which got me -1
I know,
this week.
fantastic. So Abraham had him in the youth league, and he won, Daniel.
He did, yeah. We'll talk about that.
And then,
Hey, did you know that Abraham
We're-
won this
right.
week?
We're gonna.
Did you know
Oh,
that?
he asked me about it right away when he walked in tonight.
and then Jason had a dismal performance, even though he had DK Metcalf and lost in the men's league. Some honorable mentions. Mr. Debo Samuel, 36.8.
Yeah.
Nico Collins, 35.1. Tyreek Hill, as usual, 33.3. CeeDee
Beep,
Lamb,
beep, beep.
as usual, 33.6. Jamar Chase came back, 32.6. Purdy with 30. That's kind of a
Purdy
run. Purdy with 30.
Purdy with 30.
And we'll talk about that later with Nathan. Mike Evans, 30.2. And Sam Laporta with 30.
Laporta. Very nice. Very nice.
Is
On
he
to...
picking his nose in Laporta Potty?
No, he was
No,
playing well.
he
this
was.
week. Yeah.
By the way, did you
Here
know
we go.
AB won this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
heard
I got
too.
this ringing in my ear. Do you guys
Oh, there it is. Bust of the week. Well, let's start with the honorables. Justin Herbert, 7.9.
Yep.
Devin Singletary, 5. Drake London,
I felt that one.
1.8.
Who started
Yeah.
Singletary?
Yeah.
Is he even on anybody's team?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody in the men's
Yeah.
league
All
did. I
right.
don't remember who.
Yeah.
John Dotson, 4.3. Scary Terry, 0. Jameer Gibbs, only 6.4. Yeah. But
Couple of rough ones.
the one-
Scary Terry was on my opponent's
Scary
team
Terry.
this week, by
Yes,
the way.
and it didn't even matter. We'll get to that.
Yeah. The one that takes the cake this week is the one and only Austin Eckler. 4.7
Woo!
points. 14
Yeah.
14 rushes for
Yeah.
18 yards.
Yeah.
And 2 catches for 9 yards.
Yeah.
Wow. But the reaction, you can guess who
Yeah.
had him in both
In
leagues.
both leagues.
Yeah.
And-
But, thankfully...
Week 1, he was the highest
Yeah.
scorer in the
Yeah.
league. And now he's nothing but hot garbage.
But we didn't play him in
Do
the
we
youth
have
league,
the
so
hot
we didn't
garbage?
do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have the hot garbage award
I
anywhere?
think we could find one.
I think we had
Hot
one.
garbage
We'll
award.
give it, we'll,
Let me.
we'll give him the hot garbage
Let me see if I
award.
can-
like
We don't
it.
have to do a
I
hot
like
garbage
it.
award. Keep it going.
I
What,
like that.
what are we doing next?
I don't. Yeah, let me see. If it's
You're
in here
wasting your
anywhere.
time rubbing it
I
in
don't-
by
I don't
just
see it
looking
We
anywhere.
for
do
a
have
sound.
a,
We don't
do
have a hot
sound
garbage. We
effect
had an
of
image.
what it sounds like with Austin Eckler running right now, and it's the caboose.
Oh,
it
yeah.
sounds like that. So
It will.
that is exactly
We'll
what
get
he
to that in a
does
minute.
every week.
Yep. All right. What's next?
All right, so here we go. The Youth League Juggernaut of the week. Here we go.
Juggernaut.
And it is Isaac Gerlitz bringing it back this week. And you'll notice that he has several players on that honorable mention. And so he had 169.2 points, which is pretty massive in the Youth League
Yeah.
with one less player. Trevor Lawrence had a good week with 29. Joseph Mixon, 29.7.
I like how you call him Joseph.
I know.
Joseph.
Chuba Hubbard, 23.4. Tyreek Hill, 33. And Debo Samuel, 36. Didn't even start a kicker, and it didn't matter.
His
I
was
didn't
on
know.
bye.
Goodness, yeah,
No,
it was
he
on
started
bye.
him on
Yeah,
bye.
it was on bye.
He didn't put him on the bench.
Yeah, it just started him
He
on
started
there.
the guy on bye.
Ridiculous.
I didn't even
Big
notice
win.
that when I was looking
And then
at it.
for the caboose,
The
this I
caboose.
think is 3 weeks in a row.
Deservedly so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
And,
former king of the hill.
Yeah, this one goes to Tristan. I love the Packers. He had 81.7
I don't think the Packers love him.
points. 81.7 points for Tristan.
Look what Eric put in the text.
DeAndre Swift.
That's
4
amazing.
4 points. Breece Hall 10.5. Jaden Reed 5.6, and Adam Thielen with 5.5.
That's gotta be our new
He
show image.
Got nothing this
Look at
week.
my eyes.
Yeah.
You might have to get up
You ever
and show
do
the
that when you
camera.
would do that so your eyes would disappear?
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to do that. I was just so exasperated. It's like I had an eye-ectomy.
Yeah.
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 I've got
rough.
nothing to do. I'm just going to talk until you guys
That's
stop
fine.
or
Sure.
move on
That's
to the
fine.
next
We're
thing.
getting on to the next thing anyway here. You ready? Here it is. With the beat. Here we go. Fastest 3 minutes of the week.
Fastest 3 minutes.
It is, starting off, it is St. Paul's rebound, Evan. What's with the names, Evan? I don't get it.
He's
Yeah,
a
let me
good
bring
Lutheran.
that down a little bit.
He said it
is.
in the text.
He said it in the text.
He's a good Lutheran.
staunch Lutheran, that's
Yeah.
right. Versus Call the PD, because PD beat us. Both teams this week with
Wait,
great
that's
scores.
not our name. I changed it.
When did you change it?
I
Like
changed
an hour ago?
No, this afternoon.
Well-
We're the Sanhedrin.
Yeah, but this is
I wrote
the,
this
yeah,
earlier.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
the Sanhedrin.
I saw that.
Nice. Both teams this week with great scores. Let's start with Evan,
why,
though.
but all right.
Wait till the power rank
He
comes.
had
You'll hear all about it.
131 points, Alvin Kamara with 28, CeeDee Lamb with 33, but he left Devon Achane on the bench with 25 and Trey McBride with 22. His first name's Trey.
Woo! Yeah, Trey
Trey,
McBride,
yeah, Trey McBride with 22,
Yeah.
which cost him this game. Instead, he starts Najee Harris with only 9 and Travis Kelce with 12.
Well,
to be honest,
you
I
gotta
wouldn't have
start-
started
you gotta
any
start
difference.
Kelce.
You gotta
Yeah,
start
yeah,
Kelce.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
But Aaron and PJ win it with 154 points.
By the way, Kansas City stunk it
They
up
did,
against the
yeah.
Packers.
Yeah.
Either that or the Packers play well, which I don't really
They
believe.
did.
don't know.
They did play well.
I don't think
you
that's
guys
true.
had 30 from Mike Evans, 20
Yeah.
from Kyron Williams,
Woo!
24 from Devonta
Yes.
Smith, 15 from your kicker,
That's correct.
Brandon Aubrey.
Yes.
You guys continue your climb. You're at to the top at 8 and 5.
That's right, baby.
Evan drops to 6th place at 7 and 6. How about that? One game between 6th and 3rd right now for you
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
154
That's
without
right.
Gurlitz.
Not even the
That's
juggernaut.
correct.
Next up is
Second.
I Love Lucky Charms versus I Love the Packers.
Lot of love in this
That's a-
matchup.
that's
There's a
love
lot of
goal.
love in this matchup here. Tristan once again not starting Jordan Love, who his team is named after. He had 29 points, but instead he starts Sam Howell with
That's
only
true.
19.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Wouldn't have
that.
made a difference anyway.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Brody is lucky that he played Tristan this week because he wouldn't have beaten anyone else. He didn't even, neither team broke 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts with 25, Derrick Henry with 26 was half of Brody's points. More than half of Brody's points. But only 1 from Drake London, 0 from his tight end, Cade Otten. Otten.
Yes.
Otten Cade.
Otten Cade. And
Cade
minus,
Otten.
minus 1 from the Cowboys.
So a
defense.
collective 0 from
Collective
those 3
zero.
players.
Yeah, yeah. But
Wow.
somehow still pulls out the win, 99 to 81. Brody is 9 and 4, but he better play better if he wants to win.
He better
That's
play
right,
better.
Better
baby.
play better.
That is
Tristan
right.
misses a good opportunity to get a win here. He drops to 3.
We better be better
and
with our
10.
show if
We
we're ever
should.
going to get better.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next up, it's the showdown of Isaac Gerlitz versus Christians is my firm foundation, Casey.
Showdown.
Casey with the 3rd highest score of the week here.
Wow.
Loses!
Yes.
I know, it's not good.
Not good. Isaac Gerlitz puts up 169 points, gets the juggernaut with 29 from
Wow.
Trevor Lawrence, 29
Yeah.
from Mixon, 23 from Chuba Hubbard, 33 from Tyreek Hill, 36 Debo Samuel.
Man.
Wow. On the flip side of things, Casey gets, that was 22 from McCaffrey, not
Yeah.
2. Yep.
Yeah, 22.
17 from Tony Pollard, 28 from Michael Pittman. Come
Yeah.
on. 23 from
And
Evan
Evan
Ingram.
Ingram, where'd he come
making
from?
making a comeback. Just not enough to beat the juggernaut. Isaac wins at 169 to 142. He is 7 and 6. Casey just a game behind at
Yeah.
6 and 7.
Wow. Getting tight in the middle of the league.
Next matchup, it's I give
Next
up Isaac
matchup.
Schultz versus injury-prone team Eric Polda.
Yeah.
His team name is correct here. Go ahead. Ramondre Stevenson, Christian Kirk, and Tank Dell all getting hurt early in their own games.
That's rough.
Putting up around 6 points between the three
That
of
is
them.
rough.
He does get 30 from Sam Laporta,
Yeah.
23 from James Conner, but not quite enough for this week. Isaac finally gets another win, thanks to Jamar Chase's big game, 32 points from him. A.J. Brown finally does something too, 20 points.
Keep going.
So Isaac wins it, 117. Finally wins it, 117 to 111. He is 4-9. Eric is not much better at 5-8.
Wow.
What's up?
I want to catch us up because Chris put in that his wife had Rich Mullins and Phil Driscoll tapes that he
wow.
wore. You remember Phil Driscoll?
Yeah, Phil Driscoll. Mighty Horn. Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
We got one more matchup.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No, I wasn't
I was
done.
waiting till. I'm
you
sorry.
do that all the time. So
I said
we
go
just
ahead and
assumed
you
it was
start.
gonna
No, I said
So,
keep
You're
going and you
sitting here
stopped.
waiting like, yeah, I want to
I can wait.
Last matchup of the week, it's Dak Attack myself versus Kittle Corn AB.
Hey,
we talked about this
Who
one
won
already.
this game?
Yeah.
We're talking
I
about
forget.
it. I needed everything to go right for me to beat the #1 team in the league, and it almost did.
Yeah.
But what?
Justin
Almost
Herbert,
doesn't count though.
7.9 for
Yeah.
AB, only 10 from Keenan
Yeah.
Allen. But DK Metcalf, 38 points, saved his butt.
3 touchdowns.
I had a decent week even with injuries and buys. 34 from Dak Prescott, 15 from Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Taysom.
I had to start A.J. Dillon.
Well, that
He got me 9.
Yeah.
Should have had. He probably could have had a touchdown
Yeah.
had they worked in the red zone more. All I needed was one more catch or just a couple more yards from Travis Etienne.
Yeah. That hurts.
I don't think you have anything to complain about. You're in the playoffs,
It's so close. And the game went into overtime, giving me even more of a chance.
Yeah.
Ripped off that 13-yard run. I'm like, yes, come on, one more. And then they choked.
Yep.
So, I just don't have the power.
Yeah.
I lose
That's a tough
107.
one.
Listen to 117.06 to 117.68.
Man.
AB's 9-4. I'm 7-6.
Wow. Wow.
That was an Aaron S.
That
rant
hurts.
there
That
for
hurts.
a second.
I know. That was good.
Wow.
That hurts.
There's a possibility I have
Man.
an even better rant.
Yeah, there's a possibility
Hey.
you could have knocked that off the table, which would have been
Just
amazing.
about. I was aiming for
Yeah.
the camera.
I know.
Right here.
The camera's like 10 feet that way in the air.
I
and you hit
threw it
there.
Got
way
stuck
too
on his
hard.
hand a
Yeah,
little
it
bit.
did.
Yeah. But-
Your long
Anyway.
arms.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah.
That was a rough one.
Yeah.
That was amazing. By the way, do you know who won between AB and Pastor
We
Daniel?
already
Yeah,
talked about
right.
Do
this.
you know who won?
I think it was Pastor Daniel, right?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
it
it
was
was
Abraham.
Abraham.
won.
All right. Abraham.
So
Let's
Eric-
move on.
Hang on, Eric Pola just says he can beat AB, but he can't beat Isaac.
Exactly.
Here we
Wow,
go
that's
with
how it
this
goes.
week's power ranking. To no one's surprise, coming in at number 10, it's I Love the Packers.
Yeah.
He was number 10, then he was number 8, then he was number 10, now he's number 10 again.
Yep.
He's the
Yep.
Wow.
caboose. Come on,
Wow.
man. You're making,
Wow.
buddy.
Okay.
Coming in at number 9,
Yeah.
it is injury-prone team Eric. He was 1.5ist last
Yeah,
week.
that was weird.
111 and another loss, plus his team name. I get it. We all have
Yeah.
injuries,
Yeah.
but you can't blame the injuries. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
You just can't do that.
Yep.
And I got ridiculed that we had too many ties, so there's
Okay.
no ties
No
this
ties
week.
Hey,
this
all
week,
right.
So
okay?
coming in at 6.3,
All right.
it is Pastor Daniel.
What? Yeah.
Dak Attack.
Come
Wow.
Number 1, we don't like the name. He was number 3,
Fine,
but
I'll
he
change
lost
the
to
name.
Abraham.
Yeah, number
Come
1 in the
on,
league.
man. Even
I mean,
by
look at the
0.
equation, Daniel. The name is the exponent. You gotta
Fine.
change the name.
I'm changing the name.
0.62 points in the loss. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
do you know who won between Pastor Daniel and AB?
Abraham.
That's
right?
exactly right. You're back to having a losing record, which means you're back in the bottom half of the power rankings. Coming in at
Something to do
6.2, it is I Give Up Isaac.
Yeah. Wow.
He's
Isaac's in
only
front of you.
4-9. And
That's-
he won. That's
How?
why.
Yeah, I
He
know, yeah.
won.
No.
He
Let
scored.
me look at
No,
the
wait, hold
equation.
on. Here we go. Isaac scored 0.38 points
It's the
more
age and
than
the name.
you.
Scored.
It's the age and
So
the name.
he is up over
Yeah.
Dak Attack.
Yeah.
By the way, how's that feel? We don't have time to find out your answer because coming in
Wow.
at 6.1, it's Christians is my firm foundation.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 6 and 7, which means he's got to be in the bottom
Yep,
half of the power
I
rankings.
see it, yeah.
142 points. That's
Okay.
great. But he lost to the Juggernaut. He's the biggest loser in the youth league. Not
Yeah.
like an actual loser, but the prize that we give out because he's a good guy. Yeah. Still losing record, so that's why he's there. But coming in at 5.2, it is St. Paul's rebound Evan, who got crushed by the Sanhedrin. The Sanhedrin sent him to jail. Yeah. He rebounded. He's right back into a cell, and maybe Evan can write some epistles while he's in there.
Yeah. Okay.
He's 7-6. That's why he's 5.2. He's in the top half because you see the record there. Yeah. But not a lot of power with St. Paul. Now I had thought that he was filled with the Spirit, but I don't think Evan's team name has much team spirit after another loss.
Okay.
Coming in at 5.1, it is you're laughing.
The explanations are just.
This is what it's all about. Coming in at 5.1, it's I Love Lucky Charms. He's 9-4. He was number 1 last week, and he won.
It's like,
but with only 99
He's like, I used the restroom on Tuesday, but I stood in the middle stall, and therefore this team is.
These are all rational explanations. You can't be in the top of the power rankings with 99 points. You stole my thunder before. Brody's team this week did not have the power.
That's
now,
correct.
can you guys do it? Because I can't do the R. Do it together. Wait, let's do it together. I don't have the power. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I don't have the power!
Yeah, I can't do that. Brody, you need to bring some heat, man. Coming in at number 4.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know who won between Pastor Daniel and Abraham?
I heard it was Abraham.
He is number 4 in the power rankings. Kittlecorn. He was number 2. He won, and he barely beat you, though.
Barely.
I agree. But that's not powerful. That's lucky.
Exactly.
So he had to drop down to number 4.
Do you guys know how close Travis Etienne was to scoring that second touchdown?
Really?
Not close enough, evidently.
Really? Did he step out or something? Or
No, he was just stopped at the goal line. At the goal line.
Wow.
Winners get
And then Trevor Lawrence stood up and reached
winners
it
get
over.
the ball in the end zone, though, Pastor
Uh-huh.
Daniel. Coming in at number 3, it is the juggernaut, Isaac Gerlitz. He's been in the bottom half of the power rankings, but he jumped 4 spots from number 7 to number 3, 7-6. He's finally got a winning record.
Wow.
But he's not been consistent. He's got to be more consistent.
I agree.
Which means, number 1, the Sanhedrin themselves.
I am loving it.
Bringing back the old people from Jeremiah Rowan days.
Yeah.
And from Life Group days.
Yeah.
It is us. We beat St. Paul. That's why
My
we're the Sanhedrin.
goodness. Yeah.
Go read the book of Acts. You'll understand the whole team name.
Yeah.
We sent him to prison. We plotted against him, and we succeeded.
Yeah.
One of only 2 teams, us, with over 1,700 points in the youth league.
Goodness.
We're 4 points behind number 1. We're 8-5,
That's
Aaron.
right.
We're 1 game out of number 1 in the standings. We are on the hot streak. We've won 5 of 6, or 4 or 5, something like that.
That's correct, man.
It's all over, everybody. We are taking over. The Sanhedrin is coming for you and your children.
You're going to lose in the first round of the
I know.
playoffs.
And the weird thing is that
By the way, do you know who won between Pastor Daniel and Abraham?
Abraham.
That's right.
Save it for the playoffs.
We're number 1, and there is no number 2. So there's not even a challenger. We are number 1.
We are.
Alrighty, men's league. Here we go.
This is what all the old people have been waiting for.
We're
That's
gonna
why we
get
play
this
old people
train.
music.
We're gonna get this train rolling, and it is Randy versus Ben with the first matchup, and it is an underwhelming start for an underwhelming matchup.
Why don't you say their team names?
I'm going to.
Okay.
Randy, it's just a fantasy.
Thank you.
Scores 108.38 points but Gus was off.
Oh.
So I gotta say this right.
I'll be right back. Keep
But
going.
Gus was off, Mr. White, for Ben, which is from Breaking Bad, and he has 105.9. So a tight one. And Randall, you were lucky.
Shocks, pegs, lucky.
Totally lucky because Ben had a major whoopsie-daisy.
Oh.
Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy.
By the way, I did not know what his team name was from until you just said it was from Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
I have
definitely.
no clue what that's about.
Yes. So, Randall, with 108 points to Ben's 105.94. Now, let me just say this, Ben. I've tried to be encouraging, and I've tried to give you props and credit for all the good decisions and hard work that you've done. but I can't do it this week.
You cannot.
Because you started Marquise Brown, Jerry Jeudy, and Tank Dell over Puka Nacua with a healthy Matt Stafford. And Puka Nacua scores 24.9 points to a combined 008.1 on your other 3 wide receivers. All I have to say on that one is, come on, man!
Here,
did you even put
Just
that in
a minute,
here?
yes!
Hang on. I didn't see that
Oh, then I'll do it.
Hang
You're
on.
making money. Come on, man.
No, you didn't put come on, man. It's the
I
other
did.
one. Put the other one on.
one. What?
Sorry, you're right. We're gonna say it wrong. I don't care. It's a come on, man, and you let him off the hook.
What's this one?
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Ben, you let him off the hook. You had a chance to take a win out on Randy and give Randy what he deserves, and you let him off the hook.
Hey, don't throw Pointy.
You let him off the hook, and you made me throw Pointy. You had a chance.
The best part of that was when he said, "Come on, man." It's not in the script.
Not even there.
And you insisted it was in the script.
I don't care.
Then you're like,
I don't care.
You're right. I didn't say, "Come on, man."
It's in there later.
He's
I
in
got
there-
confused. I got confused. It's been a long week.
We had to let him off the hook. We had to
Been a
find that
long
one.
week.
Oh, yeah.
But Ben, this was a perfect opportunity,
Wait, there's more.
and you let him off the
There's
hook.
more. There's more. Who has had Hollywood Brown on their team all year?
You have.
Who actually dropped him?
You did.
Who picked him up?
Ben.
And who started him?
Ben.
What is going on?
If John,
That makes no
Ben,
sense.
If John drops a player, I assure you, you don't want him. My
That's true.
goodness.
That's true. But
But
I
anyway,
think
Randy
that's one of my
pulls.
favorite moments.
Randy
of all
pulls
time.
to 8-5. Ben drops to 6-7. He really needed that dub for the playoff run. Did not get it. Next matchup.
That was
Daniel.
amazing.
All right, next matchup. It is myself. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Speaking of Family Force 5,
That's right. That's right.
Wait, let's do a quick check. Favorite Family Force 5 song?
Cray Button.
Raised by Wolves.
Cray Button. No comparison.
I was
Sweep the
raised
leg
by
is a good one.
wolves. Huh?
Cray Button's really good. I like Sweep the Leg.
Yeah. Jetpack kicks.
Yeah.
Jetpack kicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one. Anyway, it's myself. Hold up, wait a minute. Versus Pick a Nose on the Porta Potty, Eric. This was an awesome matchup.
Yeah,
This was one for
This
you.
is like
good.
the opposite of the
Yeah.
youth league.
This was going into Monday night. I had the lead by what? 13?
Yeah.
15?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
With Tyler Boyd left for myself. We'll talk about Tyler Boyd for a second. And Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars defense for them. Things are looking good for me until Tyler Boyd throws an interception.
Tyler Boyd.
I think somebody else has got a bad week, Aaron. You're rubbing up.
Boyd.
Tyler Boyd takes a backwards pass from Jake Browning, looks all the
You
way
didn't
across
see
the
that?
field at Joe Mixon, doesn't see Josh Allen standing right
You
there.
didn't see that play?
Right.
No one in the world has ever said the phrase Tyler
My
Boyd
receiver
takes the back
throws
pass
an interception.
from Jake Browning and throws an interception.
They did in the game on
Oh
Monday
my
night.
gosh. That's
I see
hilarious.
this happening. And I see Trevor Lawrence kicking butt.
That's hilarious.
And my mood just goes.
Oh my.
And Cheryl sees this happening too.
Yeah.
And I'm ranting to her about receiver has probably never thrown an interception before.
Probably wearing a glove.
My receiver.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
amazing.
And all of a sudden, I drop and am losing by like 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence just keeps going.
Man.
But then,
I think this is my favorite Aaron episode.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence gets hurt.
I know. That's
at about
so
a
bad
1
for
point
Eric.
difference.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Boyd catches one. And I go up a point. And then the Jaguars defense gets a sack. And he goes up a point.
Oh, wow.
And then it goes into overtime.
Man.
And then Tyler Boyd catches one more.
Yeah.
And then it's over. And I win 157.58 to 156.22.
Man.
I get the Praise the Lord award because I was sitting on my couch. I had my hands up.
But I like how you guys worship like this. You don't move, and I always am moving.
Well,
I gotta move.
You're a swayer, and I'm not.
I am a swayer and a mover.
And thanks to all of this, Eric gets the Biggest Loser award to lose with 156 points. James Conner put up 23.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But he also had Ramondre Stevenson in this league too, who got hurt
Yeah.
with 2.9. Injuries plaguing both.
Now here's the thing:
Yeah.
his team name in the men's league could be injuries because it just happened this week, but not in the youth league.
Once again, though, I do have to put out Jordan Love got me 23 points.
Yeah, he's been good.
Derrick Henry had me 26.
It's
McCaffrey
like
had me 22.
unreal what is
And Michael
happening.
Pittman showing up big time at 28 points.
Yeah, he's been good. You've had a good 4 guys giving you some good points there. I was gonna give. I was thinking about giving James Conner the welcome back, but that's a positive award, and Eric didn't win, so I couldn't do it, and so he gets the biggest.
All right, next matchup.
Next matchup is the worst matchup of the week.
Tell us all about it, John.
Started last Wednesday night when uncharacteristically we were picking who was going to win this game.
Yes.
And who did I select?
You picked yourself.
I did.
As you should, which we've been doing all year long.
Which is not the way it should have gone.
Uh-huh.
And you see why I haven't picked myself all year long. Because had I not picked myself, I would not be getting wet in just a few months.
I would say that your team would be doing better if you had believed in them throughout the season.
I agree.
No, they don't feel my belief.
By the way, Eric says just his luck. This game was a recap of his year.
Yes, exactly.
Anyways, it is the Goldhaven Knights versus Torn Up About This Season. Dave versus me. And Dave crushes me like a grape. 180 to 115.
Crushes like sparrow's egg between
men's
men's
sparrow
thighs.
egg between men's thighs.
What is that from?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph,
I don't think I've seen that one.
Crashing man's skull like sparrow egg between thighs.
But anyways, Dave got 180 points, which made him the...
And I will do it because I don't think John will give it the appropriate energy.
He displayed raw power for the first time this whole season.
That's correct.
He did.
And he crushed me horribly, horribly, horribly. I cried a lot. You know how you're going into Monday night, like neck and neck, and the whole night's going back and forth?
I would have cried had I lost to both people.
I told my wife I
Yeah.
needed my Monday night players to get 50 touchdowns.
Yeah,
in order for me to
and
win
did
the
they?
game. They did not.
Oh, that's too bad.
But he had Chuba Hubbard, 23 points. What really killed me was our friend Deebo Samuel showing up for the first time and crushing the Eagles single-handedly.
Yep.
Did you guys watch that game? That was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
37 points from Samuel. Jamar Chase finally showed up. And you saw Dave in the group text. He said, my guys are finally not injured. And we got Evan Ingram with 23. Colts defense. 16. While I have the Cowboys, who have been the highest all year, did not. And here's the worst part, right? Your friend, your favorite player, Scary Terry McLaurin, 0 points.
0.
And he still was the
and
juggernaut.
he still got there.
Still was the juggernaut.
You know what I forgot, John? Just
I
since
don't know.
we're talking Dave,
Let's talk
we're going to give him a welcome back for winning a game and for Evan Ingram showing up. Here we go, Dave.
Everybody sing nice and loud for Dave. I'm not going to, though.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out.
It was my
welcome back.
It was my nightmare.
Yeah.
So.
Which leads me to my team. Only 116 points. I dropped to 4 and stinking 9. With 1 week left in the regular season.
Yeah.
Do you know that this is our last regular season
Is
show?
it really? Wow.
Because the playoffs start.
Yeah.
By the time we're recording next week,
where
it's
is the
playoff
time gone? Wow.
It's been wasted tremendously by this show.
I just look at it
by
as
the
getting
producers
closer to
and
golf
those that
season,
viewers.
but anyway. Yeah.
It's a long way to golf season.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Anyway, I get the Left Me Hanging Award.
Bueller. Bueller. Bueller.
And I'm guessing it was pretty quiet while you
Bueller.
were watching the game.
It was very quiet. It was very, very quiet.
Yeah.
This could be also, as Eric was saying, illustrative of my entire
Is
season.
it? Yours would be the Left Me Hanging.
So I had my quarterback on bye, so I had to pick up dumb Derek Carr, 8 points.
Oof.
Our friend Austin Eckler, we talked about before.
He's the only guy.
The number 3 overall pick, 4 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to start Jalen Warren in my flex, 6 points.
Yep.
You had Taysom Hill, right?
Yeah.
He got you a lot of points, didn't he?
Yeah, 15.
I started the other tight end for New Orleans because no receivers are playing Juwan Johnson, 0 points. I tried to trade for Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to make that trade. So
I should have made that trade.
Juwan Johnson got me 0. And best of all, the highest scoring defense in the league.
Yeah.
The highest scoring defense in the league.
Yeah.
Minus 1 points. They subtracted points.
That one hurts.
They subtracted points.
That hurts a lot, John.
And therefore, I get a bonus award because my team needs to hear this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here it is.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
What? I don't hear you. Knock, knock. Ring, ring.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Wow.
Now, if I could only
That's
get
right.
Herm Edwards into my fantasy football team's locker room,
That's profound.
maybe they would have some motivation. I've used every
Yeah.
motivational tool I could this whole season.
Yeah.
My team plays to lose the game.
And the greatest thing about
I think I'm on a 9-week losing streak. To
Are
be
you
honest
really?
with you. I don't know.
And the greatest thing about some of those clips that we use, like the Herm Edwards and some of the other ones, is that when you listen to the whole thing, it really doesn't make any sense what the heck they're talking about. But anyway,
As
yes.
most press conferences.
All right.
We let him off the hook. You play to win the game.
I know. Next matchup, and this one is disappointing.
You're so excited that you're disappointed.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. Of all the people I like to beat, Judah is the one I like to beat the most. And it's disappointing that I lost this one. I mean, I suppose that it was not the worst week in the world for me, but
By the way, who bet against you
it
in the
wasn't
water
good
bet?
enough. You did.
You know, and who else besides me?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Did it?
Nobody.
I knew it.
But
I
you
knew
know, yeah, I
Should've
mean,
picked Judah.
we'll see how it turns out in a little bit, John. But anyway, in the water bets.
Well, we both lost the water bets, but I'm just saying, I'm right alongside you, and I bet against you.
Anyway, Mr. Judah Johnson,
You're the one who took us off track.
140.6 points.
That's a good point. for
Pulls
him.
to 7-6 against me. Oh, disappointing Zay. Aaron with 128.3 points. I fall to 7-6. I had a chance to really put myself in the top echelon there.
But here's the thing: you're
Did
still in
not
the
do it.
playoffs, so you have nothing to complain about.
So it was a
So
little
shut
bit
it.
weird. And
Shut
so
it.
these awards, to
Zip
an
it.
extent,
Zip it.
offset themselves,
Zip it.
and
They
it is
do.
appropriate. So Judah gets the Wonder Triplets Award.
Wonder Twin
Why are you gonna
I
high
don't know.
five me?
I don't know what that was.
The high five is the triplet.
Ice Unicycle.
Wait, it's an ice bicycle this week because it's the Wonder
No,
Triplets.
so you and Daniel both should have been
Right?
doing it then. Okay, so
That's
there's,
for you, Judah.
there's the Wonder Triplets.
One of them tandem
He had,
bicycles.
Bike? Are you kidding?
as usual, CeeDee Lamb with 33.6 points. Trey McBride playing out of his rear end, 22.9.
Wow.
Outplays.
First of all, he's not playing out of his rear end.
He
That's
is.
inappropriate to say.
It is.
They cut Zach Ertz. There's nobody else that they can throw to. The tight end is big
Yeah.
in their offense.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
he outscores Travis Kelce, my first-round
He does.
pick, by 12.
You shouldn't
which
have
is
played him
ridiculous.
against the Packers,
So,
Aaron. That
anyway,
was your mistake.
And Kyron Williams has 20.2
Packers
points.
are
Another
great
good
against
week from
all-star
him.
tight
And
ends,
even the
apparently.
Falcons with 17 points. To
That's
whereas
incredible.
I have-
That's what you should be
That's just 'cause
complaining
they played
about.
I
Jets.
have the Blunder Triplets,
Yes, he
It
did.
should have been the Wonder Quadruplets then.
and we're all doing this one.
Ice Unicycle.
It's got a squeaky wheel.
Ridiculous. So here are my amazing players. I'm being forced to start Kareem Hunt because I did not trade John for Jake Ferguson and Zach Charbonnet. And I'm getting 5.8 points from Mr. Hunt on the amazing Browns offense
You
right
deserve
now.
it. You deserve it. You deserve it all.
Drake London has been fine most of the year, but he
You
posts
deserve it
a
all.
rough week at
I know, but
1.8 points.
He said deserves. so
And
I just
CJ
didn't.
Stroud is 16 points, which is not terrible, but it was not good. What I've
Not
been
for a
expecting
quarterback
from
on that
CJ
big team.
Stroud. So he has been,
He is
as you expect
disappointing.
from a rookie, a little up and down. He gives me big weeks and bad ones.
Yep.
But that was a rough one this week. So I lose the matchup. Very disappointing. My team is a little bit floundering here at this point in time.
Make
I
a-
need
make a flounder.
AJ
Act like a
Brown
flounder.
to come back and do something, and I need Travis Kelce to wake the heck up and catch some passes.
Taylor was
and
even
I
doing it,
need
and he still couldn't
Patrick
do it.
Mahomes to actually play some football.
Now, here's the thing.
Rather than
Here's the
whatever
thing.
the world you call
Hold
that
on,
that you're
hold
doing
on,
out
hold
on
on.
the field.
Hold on. First of all, you can't start him against the Packers. And secondly, to be honest, Kelsey's a little distracted right now. He's got a girl in his life.
I get it.
I don't know if you have heard about
I get
this.
it. I get it.
Have you heard about this?
I have.
By the way, I have a different question. Do you know who won between Judah and Aaron this week? You know who won? It was Judah. Did you know
It was
that, Aaron?
Judah,
I think
yeah.
Judah
I
did,
heard
yeah.
it was Judah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any games this week, so I heard it was Judah.
Are you ready for the next
Anyway.
matchup?
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Next.
You know the Heimlich maneuver?
All right.
Do the Heimlich while I do the next
Yeah.
matchup.
Okay.
The next matchup is the water bucket water bet
Yeah.
challenge of the week.
Yes.
It was rare Bijan Beef Chris versus Aaron Nathan. Are you ever gonna change? Is ever gonna change that back?
He has to
should.
change it to Nath this week. He should have changed it last week, but we didn't force him to do it, right?
Hey Nathan, come on, man.
Come on.
You're
Where's
making
the
money,
name?
man.
I want to see Nath up
Chris.
there with that picture of your little kid self back on there.
Chris crushes Nathan by 30 points to go up to 10-3, and Chris gets the
Sugar. Spice.
Because he
And
played
everything
Nath.
nice.
Oh, okay.
These were the
I thought
ingredients
powder puff.
chosen to
Look at
create
his
the
team
perfect
score.
But I
It's
thought,
still-
but I thought
Yeah.
powder puff means your team's a powder puff.
It was. His
Chris's
team was a
team?
little
It was.
rough. Look at the numbers.
Besides two of them, yeah.
Listen,
had
for
a couple-
134 points, I'd be
That's
very
very
happy.
powder puffer.
You get the powder puff. So why don't
Yeah.
you explain it? Because it doesn't make sense. Because I think his team is great.
No, this. Okay.
134
Chris.
points. Prescott
Chris.
20, Kamara
Chris.
28,
Chris,
ETN 17.
Chris.
That's good.
134 points. It is so powder
He
puffy.
won by 30.
I'm going to read these numbers off. Calvin Ridley, 7.3. Garrett Wilson, 8 points. Hunter Henry
Hunter Henry.
with 3.5 points. And you won against a guy who scored 104 points. And I call that a powder puff win.
But here's the thing. Chris scored more points than you. Why aren't you the powder puff?
Because I didn't win.
All right. Chris, I think you did well. I say
Hey,
the awards, I announce them.
I'm
don't-
the writer.
I
and
agree.
I call it a powder
I agree.
puff win.
You are the writer.
Powder
That's
puff
absolutely
win.
true.
That is a powder puff win.
He crushed him by 30.
That's a powder
You play
puff
who's
win.
in front of you. By the way, you
It's a
play
powder puff
to
win.
win
I
the
only have
game.
so many
He
awards
won
to work
the
with,
game.
John. I only have so many to work with.
Hold on.
We can make
There's
more.
a whole bunch of awards to work with. There's a ton we haven't used this year. I have a whole spreadsheet I gave you of tons of
Fine.
awards.
Chris gets the I guess you were fine win award.
Whatever.
So,
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
means Nathan, who drops all the way down to 10-3 with his record,
Yes.
10-3.
yes.
I can't even see that
I
neighborhood
know.
from where I
It's
live.
terrible.
He gets the first one.
Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy.
Now he gets the whoops-a-daisy because he started Tua Tagovailoa
Yep.
for 19 points when he had Brock Purdy on the bench with 30. That would have been an 11-point difference. But
Now,
to
hold
Nathan's,
on, though.
hold on. No, you
Okay.
hold on. But to Nathan's credit, his wife was the one pushing for Tua, and she said tonight she should take some responsibility. So I said she should have to get wet.
Okay. No,
She did not agree with that. What were you going to say?
What I was going to say is that, like you pointed out, John, this whoopsie-daisy goes directly to Jess. So that one does. There's another one here.
And here it comes.
Okay.
It is Najee Harris,
Right.
9 points versus Joe Mixon, 29 points.
Hit it again,
Hit
Daniel.
it!
Why would you ever bench Mixon? I don't get it.
Because
Yeah.
you have Najee Harris and no quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because
So-
they're going to put 9 guys
Right.
at the line of
Right.
scrimmage to stop
Right.
Najee Harris, so you should start him. That's what that means.
I guess, yeah.
And so not only does he get a double whoops-a-daisy for
Yeah.
2 different players, he gets the...
I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You're making money. Come on. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
That's a very long drop.
I know.
Because had he started those 2 players, that would have gone to 31 points more
Yep.
than what he got, and he would have beaten
That's
the rare
correct.
Bijan beef.
Powder puff win.
It's not a powder puff.
You know, I think it is. I agree with that.
Next matchup!
Next
Powder
matchup.
puff is when somebody's weak on their
I
own
am
team. It's like a
extremely,
caboose.
extremely disappointed that Eric continues to win games, but he does. I am not dangerous, Eric. With
He's
100,
come back strong.
and Jake
at this middle
Ferguson
of the
that I
season.
traded him is
You're
doing better.
floundering and he's surging.
Is doing better than Amari Cooper, whom he traded to me. One of the worst
wait,
trades
wait.
I've made this
Who
week.
you traded away?
Yes.
After Watson was broken with the
I know.
shoulder, you picked. That just
But
doesn't make any
again,
sense.
there was logic there. It was bad. I'm not saying it was a good trade.
Ferguson got him 19. How many did Amari Cooper get you this week?
He got hurt, but it was 7. But again, there was logic. I'm not denying
There was no logic.
I'm not denying
You
it was a
criticized
bad
the
trade.
power rankings
I'm not
for not
denying
having
it was a bad
logic.
trade.
You cannot say you did a
It was
logical
a bad
decision.
trade.
An illogical
It was a
trade.
bad trade.
An illogical trade.
It was a logical trade. It was a
Illogical
bad
trade.
trade.
It was an illogical
It was a
trade.
bad trade.
It was an illogical
It was
trade.
a logical bad trade.
Yes.
And so
It
Eric
was
gets
an illogical trade.
It was a logical bad
It was
trade.
illogical.
And Eric gets the Working Hard Award.
I was just waiting because he didn't have the last word. All right, shout it out for Eibrock! You can't stop me!
Boo!
Come on, man.
So Eric gets the Working
You're not
Hard
even
Award.
playing him. Why are you booing him?
Because I like booing Eric. It's just one of the things. It's like I like beating Judah and I like booing Eric. It's just how it is.
But one of those things that happened this week,
I mean,
and there's
so
no reason
I'm going to
boo
add one
Eric.
more thing. And voting against Nathan. So I like beating Judah. I like booing Eric.
But
and,
you
and
bet on
rooting
Nathan.
against Nathan.
But you
So,
bet on Nathan.
Anyway, it's a very English approach. I have more appreciation when other people do poorly than when I do well.
I like how the
So-
whole script is illogical.
But
by the
anyway,
way.
so Eric gets the Working Hard. Jalen Hurts 23.9.
Nice.
Devon
24.
Achan 25. Nico
25.
Collins 35.
35.
Jake Ferguson 20 and Rasheed
20
Rice
points.
14 points, which
Whoa.
means that Jason with 113.06 gets the Hardly Working Award.
Now, to Jason's credit, he does work hard, by the way. Jason
Correct.
himself. His
He
team
does.
doesn't.
His
but he
team does
does
not, and that number is wrong. Jason had 97 points, not 113. So he was also, because he only had 97 points, the caboose of the week.
But he's still not last place.
Yeah, still not in last place. Correct.
He's gonna win, or he's gonna lose that battle.
That
for last.
honor goes to Eric. And so
He's in a battle for last.
Eric
That's his team.
Eitenbrook pulls to 7
He's
and
working
6.
on it.
Jason drops to 4 and 9. He started Baker Mayfield with 9.8 points. Jameer Gibbs with 6.4. T. Higgins at 6.6. Jaden Reed at 5.6. And he started 2 tight ends. That's how you know your team is in dire
desperate.
straits. Njoku with 3.7, Pitts with 9.1, and he decided to not start a kicker because why? It wouldn't have even mattered. So Jason had a.
I have a
rough one.
question.
Yes.
Aaron, you gave Eric Eibrock the working hard.
Correct.
He got 145.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you gave Chris a loser
Yes.
award. He
Yes.
got 135.
Yes.
He's a powder puff. They scored almost the same amount of points, and one's a powder puff and one's
These
working
are relative awards, John. These are not comparative.
I like how logical
These are relative
they are.
awards.
I like how logical they are.
I mean, we talked about the logic involved in the power rankings.
I have
the
a formula.
writing is the writing.
I have a formula.
There's also a formula for mine
there's
as well,
not.
but it's very specific to individuals. So,
matchups are over.
All right, there we go.
Water bets. Why don't you talk about? By the way, do you know who won between Pastor Daniel and AB this week?
Was it Daniel?
We're not even talking about the Youth League anymore.
I just gave you this whole thing to rub it in.
Let's get to the last week's picks. First up, it was John versus Dave. You picked you, me and Aaron.
I don't know why you picked me.
Yeah.
Next, it was.
I actually thought I had a chance, which makes no sense.
Yep. Next one, it was Ben versus Randy. We all picked Randy, so that one was scrapped. We were all right. Next one was Aaron versus Judah. You and me picked you. You picked Judah.
Yeah.
Terrible pick. Yeah, we should have picked Judah.
I'm just glad you lost.
Yeah. Next was Eric Pola versus me. You went with Eric. We went with me.
Some of us have guts.
Yeah.
Some don't.
Yeah. We all know how
Some
that
always
one went.
pick the favorite.
Yeah.
Not me this week. I picked all underdogs.
Yep.
Did you?
Yeah, and that's why I'm getting wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Jason and Eric. We all picked Eric.
Yep.
Nathan versus Chris. I picked Nathan. You both picked Chris.
Yeah,
Look
we did.
at that.
And it didn't even matter.
Wow.
Didn't even
Because in the end, what was the final score?
of Nathan and Chris?
No.
Of this. Yeah. So it comes down to Aaron gets 3 right. Me and John both get 2 right. That means he gets the cup on both of us tonight.
I am the champion.
But you still lost.
my
That's what's important.
friend.
And you lost to Judah.
Bum, bum, bum. And I'll keep on fighting till the end.
Speaking of fighting, let's pick them for next week's matchup.
Here we go.
First one is me versus Judah.
Father, son, what do we got, John?
Judah. Who are you going with?
Judah.
Me too.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one's off the board because
All right.
nobody cares.
Randy versus Dave. Ooh,
That's a tough one.
that is a tough one. We need to split on this one. somehow.
I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to pick Randy. I have to because Dave just crushed me. So
Yeah.
I'm going Randy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Dave.
You gonna pick against me, Aaron? Is that what's going on?
I'm gonna lean Randy.
Wow,
I think
you're picking
I
Randy?
think Dave had a good week, but I think
What
Randy
is
comes
going
back.
on?
I think Randy comes
Okay.
back.
Wow.
All right. We got.
I thought you didn't like rooting for Randy.
I
Versus
don't,
Chris.
but sometimes you
What are
gotta
you
do
doing?
things you don't like to do.
All right.
Chris and Eric Eidenbrock.
Yeah.
What you got?
It's another good one.
I'm going rare Bichon beef.
Eidenbrook.
I'm gonna go Chris.
All right.
We'll get some good splits here.
I hope it works out for me and it's not like this
Okay.
one.
Me versus Jason.
Sorry, I'm recording this stuff, so you guys keep talking.
Jason. No.
Alright.
No, we're going Daniel, I
Yeah,
assume.
me.
I don't even
Yeah.
have to pay attention.
Yeah.
We're all gonna go you.
Yeah.
Nathan versus Eric Polda. You know Eric outscored Nathan by 50 points this
I
week.
know. I know.
That doesn't mean it's gonna happen again, though. That's the
it's
problem.
not. It's not.
I'm going Nathan.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
pick
I'm
Eric.
not-
You're gonna root for Nathan
No,
then.
I'm not.
You're rooting
Yeah.
for Nathan.
I'm not.
Nathan, you love Nathan.
I
you
am
wish
not.
you were.
I'm not
you,
taking
you
water
shared a
by
team
betting
with
on
him.
Eric's team. I'm not doing it. So no.
You're a big chicken.
I am a big chicken.
And then we got you versus Ben.
This is a tough one. My team has been a little rough, but as usual, I'm taking my team.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Aaron.
I'll go the different.
Okay,
All right,
I'll
go
go
Ben.
Ben. It's certainly possible. My team has not been great.
If Ben starts Puka.
Yeah, Ben, as long as he starts.
Uh,
Alrighty, well, we got
right.
some matchups this
We do.
next week.
We
Good
do.
deal. I like it.
3 of them. Yeah.
There's only one less
Three to
thing to
go
do,
by.
gentlemen.
There's one last
Alrighty,
thing.
here we go.
Ready? I gotta find it. Wait, hold up. I missed
High
it.
production quality, gentlemen. This is one of my favorite shows, though. Plus, the volume is too
Yeah, I
low.
know.
Wait, do it.
Holy
Wait,
cow.
let me hit it again. Hang on.
Holy
Hang on.
Here's
cow.
the thing.
We'll
He
get the
has never run the sound on this
Holy
show.
cow.
In 15 years of doing the show, he has no idea of what it takes.
See you next time.
I'm reading Rainbow.
Quit saying that.
Why? That's
Because-
where it comes from. That's where that comes from.
It is not.
Where do you get it from, then?
I started saying it, and then remember I told you it sounds like I'm doing the reading rainbow.
Because that's what it's from.
But that's not the intent.
It's my intent.
Right.
I do think this is one of my favorite ones because you were out of control in a new and interesting way this week.
Right. Not even on my matchup.
By the way, do you know who won between Pastor Daniel and Abraham?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Yeah, I heard Daniel pulled it off in the end.
No, that's not what happened.
Oh, it was Abraham.
Abraham won.
Man, that must hurt.
All right.